Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Yay, the news videos are back. Yay! Well, don't all cheer at once, but I thought I'd do a few news videos since things are pretty much stagnating in the cryptocurrency space at the moment. So here we go. Some good news. Hedge fund manager Brian Kelly's got a YouTube channel, BK Bitcoin Capital Management. He's got 90% of himself invested in cryptocurrency, so you can just imagine how wrecked he is right now. Probably more than you, unless you've put 100% in. And he's betting on cryptocurrency long term, as am I, as are most of the people that have faith in it. Next story. Eric Wall, he bashed NEO, saying the Byzantine fault tolerance consensus algorithm of NEO was unworkable, and that it was a centralized currency, and he spouted a lot of FUD about NEO, and now he's been sacked from Bitcoin.com, or at least he's left Bitcoin.com due to an apparent misalignment of opinion on certain matters. I don't know if it was anything to do with NEO itself, but the City of Zion, the guys behind NEO, came out and basically just destroyed his claims about the crypto. So I'm bullish on NEO long term, and I'm sure most of you guys are as well. Let's see what else is going on. Waltonchain, a couple of weeks ago, they had a big mistake, a big faux pas, in that they replied to one of their own tweets saying that they'd won a competition. So essentially one of their employees had won the competition, or they were just committing fraud. Either way, a big PR disaster for them. The currency dumped shortly afterwards and continued to dump. And then it had a little bit of a revival when they leaked a partnership for their IoT division with Alibaba. Apparently this was removed after that, so another PR mistake, I believe. The news articles were all removed, and Waltonchain then turned around and said, we won't be announcing further partnerships, you know, well, what happened there, we don't know. So they're now hiring a market and PR analyst, so I assume they have realized that they've messed up, and they need somebody to actually control what's going out in the media, when it goes out, and yeah, so that was a big mess. But Waltonchain, well, it doesn't give you much confidence in the project if they're actually manipulating and lying and committing fraud by launching fake competitions to get more followers and more subscribers and more hype behind the project, and there are actually no prizes, or they're giving them. Vertcoin has a new website, looks very nice. They're getting a little bit more professional. Now, if you don't know, Vertcoin's a proof of work coin. It's mineable. It's a payment network, it's very fast. It can utilize the Lightning Network, atomic swaps. Very, very interesting coin. It's not really fulfilled much potential over the last few months. It was heralded to grow a lot bigger than it has. It's sort of stagnated a little bit, not helped by the bear market at the moment, of course, but the website has been updated. So another step in the right direction for Vertcoin. An interesting project, and one that you should take a little closer look at if you're not holding it already. INVOX Finance, I reviewed them the other day. They're having an ICO. They're going to be a Populous rival. The reason why I like them is that they are a Populous rival, and Populous has done significantly well. Well, the reason I'm bringing them back to your attention is they're currently having an airdrop at the moment, so you can get yourself some free INVOX tokens. The link is below in the description, as are the links to all the news articles that I bring to you. So go there, register, and get yourself some free tokens. INVOX Finance, very interesting ICO coming up soon. Some of the Kanya coin guys are behind it. If you recall Kanya, Australian ICO, is a platform for jobs and freelance, freelance workers. It's a very interesting project. I did a review on that as well some time ago. But INVOX Finance, I like the project. I may invest in it. So free tokens, there you go. Moving on, Ravencoin, another interesting project that's just come on CoinMarketCap. This is, I like this. In the fictional world of Westeros, ravens are used as messengers who carry statements of truth. Ravencoin is a use case specific blockchain designed to carry statements of truth about who owns what asset. Very interesting project. There's a few of the YouTubers are behind this coin at the moment, and yeah, something you should pay more attention to. I'll leave a link below to the web page, and you can have a read at the white paper. That being said, I found this very funny thing on Twitter from Preston Byrne. He's a bit savage sometimes. He says, Cardano and Marmotcoin currently processing roughly the same number of on-chain transactions per second. Cardano's got a market cap of 5.5 billion US dollars. Marmotcoin market cap, some leaves, a tomato, and a small stick. Yeah. And that, I'm not having a bash at Cardano here. I like Cardano, but it just puts it in perspective. And just in case you're wondering, yes, Marmotcoin is a real thing. Link below in the description. So there we go. So let's now have a quick look at the markets. Depressed at the moment, still continuing in its bearish trend, as you can imagine. I don't think we're going to get out of this. Now, why? A lot of people have been asking me, why is it a bearish market at the moment? Well, the reason is there's not any hype. Cryptocurrency at the moment is driven purely by hype. And you're seeing this results in the volatility. So we're up and down like a yo-yo, we're up and down like a Hoover's Knickers, and 20% swings in either direction is absolutely normal. And then we might go on a parabolic upward trend, or we might even go on a downward trend of the same speed and size. So it's very unpredictable at the moment, but I can tell you right now, I think this is going to be a little bit longer than most people would like. And the reason why I think the bear trend is going to continue is simply there's a lack of hype. What has happened is you had a lot of people that bought into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in mid-January at all-time highs. And they were on the back of fear of missing out. They had to get in. They pumped a lot of money in. They put the money in, and then they held. Things started to go down as institutional money was pulling out. And what's happened is a lot of institutional money has been pulling out since mid-January. And the reason for that is they know when to play the game. And, guys like us, unless you're a really, really experienced trader, you don't. And what's happened after that is everybody else has followed. Now, the people that bought in at all-time highs, they need to pay the bills. And if you've been idiotic enough to take a loan out or remortgage your house or borrow money to get in at all-time highs, you're gonna be wrecked. And everybody expected Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space to continue on its upward trend, continue, and it didn't. And then when it went into a very big decline, I mean, we've seen, some altcoins have lost 200, 300, 400% value since mid-January. So now, what do? You have to pay the bills. You have to cash back in and get fiat money to pay your bills. And so you end up being wrecked. You're in a far worse position than you were in before. And that's the risk about trading. And I think that's what's happened to a lot of the new investors that we got through December and January that got invested in crypto due to the media hype. So the media hype is no longer there anymore. They're not mentioning it on the news as much. Google trends are down. There's a lot of there's a lot of negative sentiment about it because a lot of people lost a lot of money. So institutional money's pulled out as well. A lot of institutional money has left the space and is waiting for a re-entry point. And I think what we're going to see is a prolonged sideways movement. And when I say prolonged, it could, I could be talking a few days here, a few weeks. We don't know. It just depends. When the institutional money starts to dribble back in, you'll notice the reversal, and then you'll notice the hype in the media will start to come back again, and they'll start to talk about it again because 100 billion, 200 billion, 300 billion going back into the market will give it a positive spin, and it will also see the prices going up. And people don't talk about markets when they're stagnating or going sideways. They like to talk about markets when they're on the up, and that's interesting news. It brings viewers, it brings those statistics that these media organizations like. So until we start to see some real upward trends here, I think we're going to stagnate a little bit. Anyway, that was a bit of a long rant. I hope you enjoyed it. What's down? Everything. We look down the list here. There's only what's that? Oh, Zilliqa. There you go. Zilliqa's doing not badly in this bear trend. So it's one of the very, very few that are surviving. As you can see, most everything is pretty much in the red. And I'm not going to single out any particular coin or token. Let's just have a look at recently added coins, as I normally do with these kind of videos. Okay, a few interesting ones to talk about. Ravencoin there, as I mentioned earlier. And I've been following Ravencoin on Twitter for a few weeks now. And it's an interesting project. As I said, go and check it out. I may even do a video on it later on, or go more in depth with it in a future news video. Ship chain, logistics chain, logistics blockchain for shipping. For mass cargo, basically. They had an ICO not so long ago. They had a pre-sale, and then they elected not to have a general main sale to the public. So they did an airdrop. I don't think the airdrop has been sent out yet. I'm not sure about that. But it's an interesting project, now available on some exchanges. Something that's worthy of your consideration and something that you should maybe look at. There are a few logistics chains out there. ShipChain is one of them. Cargo X is another. One that I like and I think is quite a gem is BlockArray. I think that's very, very undervalued at the moment. BlockArray is very, very undervalued, and if you've watched my review video on it, you'll know why. I will maybe do another review on it in future. The reason I like BlockArray is because it's basically in the hub of the Blockchain and Trucking Alliance, which is the logistic blockchain organization in the USA. They're based in the same city, and you know, that counts for quite a lot. So I'm very, very bullish on BlockArray. Their ticker is ARY. If you're interested, go and check them out. You get them at a bargain price. I think they're around the ICO price at the moment. So ShipChain is now available as well. Cargo X, again, it didn't do much after the ICO. It's a similar project, and there's another one coming up in the near future, which looks very, very interesting indeed, called BlockFreight. So I'll bring you more news on BlockFreight when the time comes. You can see TE Food is now available on the exchanges. Ticker is TFD. TE Food is a Bulgarian and Vietnamese based ICO that recently launched. It sold out very quickly. It is a tracking blockchain for food, so you can find out where all your produce comes from. It's being extensively used in Vietnam and Southeast Asia. The Thai company CP Food, who are the biggest chicken exporter in the world, or one of the world's biggest food companies, worth billions and billions of dollars, are a customer of TE Food. So I'm quite bullish on TE Food as well. Again, I did a review video on it a few months ago. Go back and check it out if you want to know more. Another one I'm just going to point out very briefly to you is Electrify Asia. Couple of days on the markets now, not really doing much since ICO price. It's available. Everything's a bargain at the moment, guys. You know, even if you didn't pick it up at ICO. Electrify Asia, they're a similar power sharing blockchain. You know, their competitors would be, I guess, Power Ledger perhaps. You know, WePower maybe. They're based in Singapore. It looks like a very interesting project. Again, something to maybe take a closer look at. So what's trending, gaining and losing today? It's probably going to be very, very disappointing. Yeah, there's not really anything that jumps out and smacks me. But Strike Bit Club, I've no idea what that is. Limpo, ICO just recently completed. I think it was about fitness and medical records, if I'm not wrong. Gladius token doing fairly well. Zilliqa, as we mentioned, it was one of the only ones in the top 100 that was actually in the green. Oh, and Republic Protocol down heading up the charge at the bottom there. Republic Protocol, dark pool investment ICO recently launched. Interesting. Biggest losers. Funny, Hacken is there. Hacken is, again, not really fulfilled much promise. It was one of my tokens to watch, and I still think right now at $2.56, Hacken is an absolute bargain. Hacken does security for different projects. John McAfee is an advisor on the project itself, and funnily enough, he hasn't shilled it. It's got a very, very low market cap. Very low supply of about 5 million tokens, so definitely one to look closely at. Another bargain here, well, there are a few. Which one do you want me to point out? One of them is Lambda, again, another platform for blockchain business applications. Very, very underpriced at the moment at 14 cents. It's just crazy. I mean, you know, they're practically giving it away. Other ones that spring out there, Bounty 0x, just under 7 cents is an incredible bargain. So there we go. That's my sum up of the markets today and the news stories. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back later. I've got another ICO review to do today, and the ICO reviews take me a bit longer, so it's going to be hard to juggle the daily news reports with the ICO reviews and the tokens that I review as well. So I'll try and get it done. What can I say? I appreciate you all watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and yep, I'll see you a bit later on, Boppers. Cheers.